the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It's more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It's your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton. And we have a in-studio guest for a Tanager Talk. It's Corbin Heckens. Corbin, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am better than I deserve. The weather's nice out there. Hopefully we'll get some rain. That's the one thing that we need. But hopefully it comes like overnight, so it doesn't interrupt anything. But otherwise, doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
All right. Well, I tell you what, for people that don't know you, take a moment to tell us a little bit about you, your family, background, hobbies, interests, and we'll just go from there.
All right. I moved here in third grade from Norfolk, Nebraska, and I've just always had three main sports that I played: football, hockey, and baseball. And I love just being active. And if I'm not active, I just feel pretty lazy. So I got to do something,
Parents, siblings, anything like that?
Yeah, I got two siblings. My youngest being my sister Skylar, and then the middle one, my brother Eben Heckens with a B. My dad named him after, I believe, the sheriff from 30 Days of Night, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I got my dad, Dallas Wayne Heckens Jr., and then my mom, Tabitha Heckens. Also, I want to shout out my grandpa, Papa Rick. I love that guy. He shows up to everything he can, and he's just great. He's probably the greatest grandpa anyone could ask for. That's all I got.
All right. And you said you play hockey. I didn't know. Where do you play hockey?
I play over in Sioux City for the Sioux City Metros high school team.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent. So that one's a little different than, because you get the football, you get the baseball, but normally that middle one's wrestling or basketball or something like that. How did you get into hockey?
Believe it or not, the Mighty Ducks got me into hockey when I was like 3 or 4, and I used to grab my dad's golf clubs and play with those, and my mom was finally like, we should probably put him in the sport. He seems pretty into it, and I've just been playing it ever since I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Nice. All right. Now, where did you get your athleticism? Mom, dad?
I'd probably say my dad. My dad was a pretty big athlete in school, multi-sport, very active. I pretty much did everything in high school.
Okay. All right. And you're a senior?
Yes.
Okay. So what are your plans after graduation? Because you only have is school done?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So what? Obviously, you're in baseball, but what are your plans? What are your summer plans, and what are your plans moving forward?
Obviously baseball, and then we got regions coming up, and after that I'll be playing Legion. But I've also been working lately for Premier Real Estate, which has been pretty nice. And then I'll be attending Northeast Community College in Norfolk, Nebraska, and I'll be doing utility line there. All
right, so utility line. What's the appeal with that?
To be honest, I just saw that that's kind of the smarter route to take. Just feel like less college debt and whatnot, because I used to want to be major in zoology and then become a veterinarian. Okay. But there's just so much schooling and expenses, and I just kind of want to be smart about it. Maybe in the future I'll look into that again, but otherwise for now, utility line.
All right, well, excellent. Well, as a senior, you look back on your time in Vermilion. What's your favorite memory? And it doesn't have to be sports. It doesn't have to be athletics or academics, whatever it might be. What's your favorite memory from your high school career?
That's a tough one. I have so many memories. I love hanging out with my friends. Gary Merkwan, Logan TP, Devin Steckelberg, Brendan Gould, Cooper Reiser, just all those guys. Fun to hang out with. I'd probably say going to Gary's grandpa's farm. We usually just drive four-wheelers there and camp there, which is pretty nice. And there was a sophomore year. We had a very eventful day. We were driving around in my truck, and like right after school got out, we were driving around in my truck, and I got stuck in the ditch and almost hit a tree. That was pretty scary. Obviously, I was younger. I was a little more stupid. And then later that day, we had to help some other person get out of the river. I don't know how he got his forerunner stuck in there, but figured that out. And then later that day, my buddy tipped Gary's rhino on top of him. So, yeah.
Right.
It was a very funny day, but I will never forget that day.
No, you definitely won't. Some of the greatest memories or most impactful memories are those that are kind of around misfortune, you know. Because the fact is you lived to tell about it. So, you know, there's always that. That's
Exactly.
awesome. All right. Well, I want to talk some baseball. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But I always like to ask some icebreakers. You willing to answer a few of those?
Of course.
All right. First one is one final meal. What are you going to have?
That's a tough one. I love food. I might have to go with I'm gonna go with the mac and cheese pizza from Pizza Ranch with a little side of mashed potatoes with corn in it, and then obviously their chicken wings, and then a big ol' Mountain Dew.
All right. That sounds good. And are you having any dessert?
Oh, how about the apple dessert pizza you can get at Pizza Ranch,
Stuff's
and
pretty
then
good,
with
too.
ice cream on top of it.
Yeah, you got to.
Yes, of
no,
course.
that sounds perfect. All right. That's a good one. Now, you could see any three musical artists from throughout history, so living or dead, live in concert. Who would you want to see?
I gotta go with number one, Metallica. I've always wanted to go to one of their band concerts. I'd like to go to another 21 Pilots concert. I've been to one of those, and third one, it's tough. Let's go to I'll say Pantera.
Pantera? All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to tell you, that's the first time Pantera and 21 Pilots. So, I mean, and I've asked that question a lot, so congratulations. That doesn't happen too often. I like that. Perfect. Okay, now, if you could travel back in history one time, and you're guaranteed safe return, to when are you traveling and why?
Okay, I've actually thought about this question, I think, today. I'd have to say, like, the Wild West, so right around 1880 to 1900. I've always had curiosity for that time period. Like, I know it was a terrible time to live, no medicine, whatnot, but it just seems so fun and free. Like, there's this video game out there, Red Dead Redemption 2. I love playing that. It's so gorgeous. It's based in that time period.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just want to get on a horse and go do bandit stuff.
All right. Hey, I like it. So you'd like to be a bandit. I mean, there is something to that. You know, there's a reason the James Gang and all of them and Billy the Kid have lived on through memories because they had adventures. I mean, they were blazing trails and doing their thing. So, no, I like that. All right. Now, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed basic levels of food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. Money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. What would it be?
Buy one thing. Oh, that's a tough one. You know what? Actually, I do got one. Probably a nice house on a bunch of land.
Okay.
That's always been my goal.
All right. Hey, nothing wrong with that. All right. Excellent. Do you kind of know where you'd want that to be?
Oh, definitely Montana or Wyoming.
All right.
Somewhere pretty.
I like that. That's my daughter's goal. She just moved to North Carolina about a year ago, but her goal is to eventually settle in Montana. So
Yeah. Expensive, but,
Yeah,
worth it.
Exactly. And I'd be okay with it. It's a little closer than North Carolina, so I'm okay with that. She spent time for not basic training, but reclass school for guards out in Idaho, and that's kind of, it just really confirmed for her what she already was thinking. So, all right, well, I like that answer. Then finally, you have a 12-hour plane flight. You can pick the celebrity you're seated next to. Who do you want it to be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That is tough. Oh, I got it. I've always wanted to hang out with Danny Duncan, famous YouTuber.
Okay, what does he does he do for on YouTube?
He's pretty successful in just like, showing everybody like fun things. I don't know if that makes sense. So like sometimes he shows guns and he drives cars, but he's kind of like he does like stupid stunts, but just mainly hang around. You just watch his life, and he became rich over time through investments and being smart, and he tries to teach us what to buy, what not to buy, how to be good with your money. I mean, that's not majority of his videos, but he does say that every now and then. He's trying to save people from being either unhealthy or dumb with their money. He's trying to start a company up where he gives off real meat and like actual healthy foods. He has a clothing company. I believe he owns some froyo shops. No, he's just very successful. I've been watching him ever since the COVID pandemic, and I didn't watch much YouTube back then, but ever since COVID, I was bored, so
Yeah.
I saw him and I'm like, oh, this guy's awesome.
All right, so Danny Duncan. All right, perfect. Okay. I like that answer. So, nope, that sounds good. All right, and then finally, as you go through life, and this can have more than one answer, and it can be somebody close to home or a celebrity, whatever. But as you go through life, who is someone or are some people that you hold up as examples and say, if I can live life like him or her, I'll consider myself a success. And that's however you want to quantify success.
I'll definitely start my number one being my grandpa, Rick Hepner. I've always looked up to him. He's a very great guy, and he's always positive. And he has this saying that he says all the time, life is good. He's always saying it. He's just trying to be positive around everybody, and he hates being negative. He hates it. No, he's a great role model. I love that guy more than ever. And then probably if I were to live life, I think like someone else being successful. Danny Duncan would be another one. He's pretty successful. And I can't think of anyone else.
All right. Well, I think those sound like two good answers. Okay. Well, you did great on the icebreakers. You want to talk a little baseball now?
Of course.
All right. You guys are having a really nice season, club baseball, as you head into regions. Were you guys expecting this kind of success this year?
I'm not sure about my teammates. I haven't really talked to them about the upcoming season. But me thinking going into the season, starting varsity for the first time, I was thinking we wouldn't do bad because we didn't lose a bunch of players. But I didn't expect us to come out this well. I think we did great against especially teams that were close games. I thought we executed it great. I mean, sometimes we can be a little down in the first inning or two, but we usually figure it out and push through it. But I think we're really great at finding our spot and playing how us Vermilion kids win games. It's not necessarily, we don't have huge hitters. I mean, we got our first three are definitely big hitters, but we just figure out ways to get on base and score runs. And our dugout, we call them the drip bench. Tanner Steckelberg, he's our president there for that one, and he just gets everyone going. It's awesome. I love seeing that.
All right. Well, and it always seems like the attitude is really throughout the years has been good in Vermilion, and the bench seems to be really supportive. And it does feel like this year, it doesn't feel like you have that one player or two players that you're like, okay, this is the person that's just out there leading us. It does feel like it's almost more so than I've seen in a few years. Really 1 through 9, 10, 11, a team atmosphere. And how do you think that helps in those close games when it feels like you guys don't get down on each other? It's more of a lifting each other up.
So when we make mistakes, obviously we're going to get corrected by coach, but our teammates otherwise, on the other hand, very good at being like, it's okay, just keep your head up, take a deep breath, and just restart, reset your mind. Everyone's very positive, and when we're batting, it's usually the loudest. We're the loudest people in the on the field, and I think it kind of gets into other teams' heads really well. I know I've heard some parents be like, "Shut them up," blah blah blah, and it's pretty funny. But if it gets in their head, it works, and
exactly
that's really what we need at the end of the day.
Right, and you guys get to play at Prentice Park. I think it's one of the nicer facilities out there. What kind of advantage is that to get to play in a park like that?
It's just extremely nice, and we know since we practice on the field all the time, we know different spots that might be bad. Our advantage is just having a good field, I guess. Okay. We do have a couple spots where we like to call it the Prentice hop. The ball hits one spot and it's just an awful hop, but otherwise the rest is just a great, beautiful field.
Okay, all right, and then so you have regions coming up. What does that look like? Who's obviously anybody on any given day, but who's some of the biggest competition, and what's the format for that?
So Tuesday we play. Oh shoot, can I look that up real quick?
Yeah, definitely.
I had it in my mind and it's like a 2 counties, I believe. Oh, Scotland Minnow. And then we only beat them by 4 last time, but what didn't help was all of us hitting pop flies the entire game. And then we play winner of Bonhomme and Parkston that day. And those two teams were Parkston. We just came out on fire against Parkston. I don't know what it was, but I think it was maybe because we've always had competition with them, and we did the job. Same with Bonhomme, even though that was a little scary there. They almost came back, but we still got the job done. But otherwise, I think regions are looking pretty good for us.
Well, good. And how nice would it be? Obviously, your goal is to make it to state. What kind of reward would that be, especially as a senior? Getting a chance to make it to state again.
Well, my coaches always said, love to see a dog pile. So if we win it, definitely going to start a dog pile. And I don't know, it just goes down from there. I would be stoked to win state.
All right. Well, Corbin, hey, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate you coming over. This was fun, and so I hope you don't feel like I wasted your time because I really enjoyed this.
Oh, definitely not. I enjoy this too.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was Corbin Heckens, Vermilion Senior. Graduation is coming up. I mean, it's
tomorrow.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. And so graduate, and then baseball, and then Legion baseball, and working at Premier Real Estate, and then heading down to Northeast Community College. Do they still call it Northeast Community College? Yeah. Okay. I know sometimes those community colleges, they change it. I'm old enough, it was Northeast Tech. So that's why I have the confusion sometimes. Yeah. So, all right, for utility linemen, all right. Thank you so much for coming in. And this Tanager Talk, I don't have a sponsor. If you'd like to be a sponsor of my Tanager Talks, give me a call, 605-661-5858. We'll be back with more on At the Mic.